I'm your host, BrightLearn, and today we're taking a journey into the heart of one of the most controversial and fascinating topics of our time: the intersection of big tech, censorship, and the future of artificial intelligence. We're going to explore an electrifying, decentralized TV interview featuring Zach Vorhies, the renowned Google whistleblower and author of the eye-opening book, Google Leaks. Zach has been called an American hero by none other than Robert F. Kennedy Jr., and after listening to this interview, you'll understand why. So, let's jump right in. The interview kicks off with Mike Adams, the founder of Brightlearn.com, welcoming Zach back to the show. It's clear from the get-go that Zach is a man who's been on the front lines of the battle against big tech censorship. He's not just a whistleblower. He's a thinker, a futurist, and someone who's deeply immersed in the world of AI and data science. Mike starts by asking Zach about the new Trump administration and whether the Federal Trade Commission's investigation into big tech censorship will bring about real change. Zach's response is both candid and intriguing. He describes the Trump administration as a new sheriff in town, suggesting that the era of unchecked big tech power might be coming to an end. He points out that Google, in particular, has been engaging in what he calls militarized propaganda, and he believes that the recent scrutiny will lead to a rollback of censorship practices. But here's where things get really interesting. Zach doesn't just stop at censorship. He delves into the murky waters of government influence and the role of intelligence agencies in shaping the narrative within big tech companies. He mentions the Twitter files and hints at the presence of unknown Chinese agents within Google, painting a picture of a complex web of power and influence. Now let's talk about vaccines. Zach addresses the censorship of vaccine-critical content on platforms like YouTube. He believes that while there's been government pressure, the real driving force behind this censorship is the influence of big pharma on tech companies. He predicts that the narrative around vaccine safety will be slow to change, even with the new administration, because the research that supports the current narrative was largely funded by what he calls the deep state. But Zach doesn't just criticize. He offers a vision for the future. He talks about the rise of decentralized AI models and how they're making traditional search engines like Google obsolete. He recalls a conversation with former Google CEO Eric Schmidt, who once said that Google should provide just one answer instead of a list of search results. Zach sees this as a glimpse into the future, where AI will provide direct answers, rendering traditional search engines unnecessary. This leads to a fascinating discussion about the implications of AI on our economy and daily lives. Zach and Mike explore the idea that as AI becomes more prevalent, the traditional measures of economic activity, like GDP, will lose their meaning. Think about it. If an AI can perform tasks that once required human labor, like writing legal letters or providing counseling, without any monetary exchange, how do we measure the value created? Zach suggests that we might need to rethink how we define economic growth, perhaps by focusing on metrics like internet transfer speed or energy consumption. But it's not all about economics. Zach also touches on the societal impact of AI. He envisions a future where human labor becomes less central to the economy, raising questions about the role of the state and the potential for social upheaval. He warns that as AI takes over more tasks, the elites might see less need for the general population, leading to a potential dystopian scenario. The conversation takes a turn towards the philosophical when Todd Pittner, co-host of the show, asks Zach about the risks of AI and the possibility of a killbot scenario. Zach acknowledges the dangers, especially the risk of AI going rogue, and suggests that there will be a strong demand for offline AI systems among the elite. Mike humorously coins the term MK Ultron to describe the potential threat of an AI that's both intelligent and potentially dangerous. As the interview wraps up, Zach leaves us with a sobering thought: the disappearance of work as we know it. He believes that AI will lead to an AI-centered economy, where human labor is no longer the driving force. This raises profound questions about the future of society and the potential for a new kind of class divide. And there you have it, folks. An enlightening and thought-provoking conversation with Zach Vorhies, a man who's not afraid to challenge the status quo and offer a glimpse into the future. If you're as intrigued as I am, I highly recommend checking out Zach's book, Google Leaks, and following him on X at Perpetual Maniac. Thank you for tuning in to BrightLearn. Stay curious, stay informed, and I'll see you in the next episode.
This has been a BrightLearn.ai summary of an interview between Zach Vorhies and decentralized TV hosts Mike Adams and Todd Pittner on March 6th, 2025. The full interview is available at brighteon.com, where you can also find podcasts and special reports by Mike Adams and other creators. Visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage of this interview and breaking news on critical stories that will keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.